Hi, I'm Sue and I work for the Brentwood School's Christian Worker Trust. The story today is another one about Moses, and this sees how him and the people of Israel got on in the desert after they'd escaped from Egypt.
This is Anthea here. Do you remember how God had told Moses to lead his people out of Egypt, where they had been slaves for 400 years? King Pharaoh had eventually let them go, and they'd crossed the Red Sea on dry ground, straight through the middle of the waters. It was a miracle, for God was looking after them. He wanted them to follow him and worship him, to listen to him and to obey him. He was going to lead them into the promised land where they could live peacefully. But first of all, they had to cross the desert. However, they started grumbling. They needed to find some water to drink. They needed something to eat. And God knew that, and he was going to provide it. They came to a place called Elim, where there were 12 springs and 70 palm trees, and they camped there near the water. It was such a lovely place. But of course they couldn't stay there forever, so they set out across the desert towards Mount Sinai. But they started grumbling again. It was against Moses and Aaron, but really it was against God. Oh, if only they died in Egypt, they wailed. There they had pots of meat and ate all the food that we wanted. But you've brought us out into the desert to starve. Of course, this was not true. They had not been happy in Egypt working as slaves, and they were desperate to leave. They needed to trust God that he would see them through. God told Moses that he was going to send them bread from heaven. Well, that was a surprise. And in the morning, when they went out of their tents, they found small pieces of white stuff on the ground, a bit like frost. And when they tasted it, it was sweet like honey. What is it? They said to each other. What is it? Manna, manna. They could collect enough for each day for their household, but no more. Except on the 6th day of the week, they were to gather enough for 2 days. If they gathered too much and kept it, it would turn bad. Some of the people didn't do what Moses said, and they kept part of it till morning. But by then it was full of maggots and began to smell. Ooh. However, on the 6th day, they were allowed to gather twice as much, 2 pots each, so that on the next day they could rest, just as God had told them to. This time it did not stink or get maggots in it, thankfully. Make sure you don't forget to remind each other. But of course some of the people still went out on the 7th day to gather it. But they didn't find any. God provided the manna for them for the next 40 years until they came to the promised land. And that same evening, little brown birds called quail came down and covered the camp. This was to be meat for them to eat. They gathered up the little birds and cooked them for their evening meal. Do you know what quail's eggs look like? They're also good to eat. Well, they're quite small and mottled brown in colour. Look, I've got some here. There, have you ever seen those? If I ever see them in the shops to buy, I always think of this story. When they looked towards the desert, there was the glory of God appearing in the cloud. They could see that God was watching over them and leading them onwards towards the promised land. Now the people got thirsty again, crossing the desert, and needed a drink. They started to grumble and complain and even question whether the Lord was with them or not. Of course he was with them. Had he not got them out of Egypt where they'd been slaves? So God told Moses to use his staff that he had used to do all the miracles in Egypt before their very eyes. I expect you remember what some of those miracles were. Moses took his staff and he was to strike the rock with it and water would come out. And just as God had promised, this is what happened, and they were able to have a lovely cool drink in the hot sun. They travelled across the desert, and as soon as they saw the cloud of God move, they moved. They followed his glory, and he looked after them.
What a wonderful story! Isn't it amazing how God sent them food so that they could survive in the desert? I wonder, has anybody given you something that you really needed? I wonder what will happen to them next. Hope you enjoyed the story. Bye!